So, what does Google want from you? You know what? First off, before I tell you that, I want to say thank you guys so very much for being here and taking a look at the video series and everything else. My name is David Boozer. I am a highly successful online entrepreneur. I've been doing this for years now. As a matter of fact, I have consulted with some very big and very well-known companies. I have worked with hundreds of small business owners and literally thousands of individuals, probably just like you, trying to build and brand and manage a business online. Doesn't matter what business that is, traditional bricks and mortar business, affiliate marketing, network marketing, whatever. The thing is, guys, is that this is what I've been doing, and I do know what I'm talking about. Over 40,000 subscribers later, I'm not doing too bad, and I'm just an average guy doing an above-average job online. And that's where I want to take you with this simple video series, okay? That's exactly where I want to take you. So enough of the introductions. You know, let's get into understanding. We're going to be doing some of this stuff on the whiteboard. You'll see some on-screen recordings in some of these videos. But really, honestly, make sure that, you know, open up your little notepad on your PC, put it right there, and put it right here. That way you can take some notes and save that. I think you'll really like that. That way you don't have to watch the video again or rent it again or wherever you got it. I want you guys to really pay close attention and really try, just apply. You know, some of the biggest reasons for failure online is because people don't understand that just like swinging a bat, just like learning how to hit a ball, everybody keeps swinging for a home run, swinging for a home run. They don't think about singles, doubles, or triples. They keep trying to swing for a home run. Don't do that. Practice the fundamentals. If you can master the fundamentals, just like a baseball player getting a multi-million-dollar contract, you can create a solid and lasting business presence online. A good brand, a brand that is it creates its own awareness, and literally, guys, a brand that builds trust and converts, period. So, here's the difference, guys. You know, SEO is dead. So if you're looking at all this SEO stuff, it's dead. Getting links doesn't work as well as it used to. Exact match domain names don't work even close to what they used to even 4 or 5 months ago. Links, same thing. Today there are new things that Google looks at. And the reason that I talk about Google in here a lot, and I know we're all sick of Google, but fact is, who owns the largest market of search online? Google. Where do most people go to really get the information that they need to make a good purchase decision or a joining an opportunity decision or whatever it is? That's right, they go back to Google. They may find their wants and needs on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, but when it comes down to it, here's the deal. It is said that we live in the information age. So why not start using information to market in this age? That's the whole deal, guys. This is the reason that people fail here. It's the reason that some of these big, large companies I've consulted for go, you know, our traffic is really down over the last, year, Dave. We hired this SEO firm, and what's going on here? And I was like, well, you sank down about 4 or 5 links on the front page. I went in and looked at your website, and there's freaking nothing there. They're like, what do you mean? I said, there's nothing there. You're just trying to sell me something. There's no information of why I should get this. Maybe some little hyped up images. This is cool. That crap doesn't count anymore. We are the most informed generation in the history of the world when it comes to purchasing stuff. We can Google it, we can Bing it, we can Yahoo it, we can Facebook it, we can check with our friends on, up to date stuff, real time. We are the most informed generation, yet many people out here who try to build a business online lack giving out good quality content, good quality information. We're going to start doing that right here and right now. We're going to start going through and understanding search engine optimization and what I really like to call search engine marketing. I do. I call it SEM, and I believe SEM fits the mold here a whole lot better. Guys, I'm just an average guy doing an above average job online. It's just been a blessing from the Lord to get in here and really just learn and start creating stuff that actually helps people. I've enjoyed that the whole time. Sometimes I'm a total goofball. Sometimes I'm dead serious. But either way, it's enjoyable for the end user. And I focused on that the whole time. You know, whenever Google does its little changes like Panda and Penguin algorithms, and they start really getting rid of all that spammy stuff out there, spammy links, spammy domain names, spammy content, blah, 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 blah. Guys, I have missed that hit every single time. And here is the reason. I've given Google what it wants. Every single time, I give Google exactly what it wants. The one thing Google is looking for is this. Quality content. Quality content. Now, there are some pretty simple SEO strategies that you can use to help get yourself up online, to help optimize yourself a little bit better for the search engines. Of course there is. Remember, these things are robots. They're little tiny spiders that crawl around and collect information and then rank it thusly based on the algorithms that Google creates or Bing creates. Well, yeah, if you want to rank on Bing, just go get a lot of Facebook likes. That's the cheapest place to go. I like Google, because Google actually really does what it says it does. It gives out really good answers to the questions or the queries that are being asked. And the thing is, it gives that out because it looks for this, and it gives this every single time. A quality answer, through quality content, for a quality query or question, period. But there are some things, little things, that Google does take into account, especially when it comes to on-page optimization. Let's look at on-page optimization. We're talking about blog posts or articles or videos and things like that. But let's look at on-page. Let's look at your blog. Let's look at your website. The thing is that Google's going to sit there and look for good, clean URLs right off the bat. It's just a pretty simple little thing. That's where it says, yourwebsite.com / this piece of info. Whatever the title of your page is. But it's going to say that right after the /. Sometimes you can put in categories and dates, / category, / date, and then the rest of this. That's actually fine. Matter of fact, I have a lot of SEOs that tell me that's the only way to go. No, it's not the only way to go, guys, or else I wouldn't be ranked #1 on over 2 billion searches several times over. I wouldn't be ranked all over the place over something that's 300,000 search results. Because this is all I use. Yeah, and in the next video, in the other videos, you're going to learn all this stuff and how to put all this stuff together. Right now, we're just understanding what Google is looking for. And like I said, #2, if I can learn to count myself, that'd be awesome. If you got a program for that, send it my way. Here's the deal, guys. The thing is that Google's looking for those clean URLs because it just makes sense, because that's the title of the page. And in that title, they are looking for some good keywords that are based around that particular title. Keywords don't count like they used to. You can't just fill up your post or page or website full of crazy keywords. It's absolutely ridiculous. We're going to talk a little bit about latent semantic indexing and its importance today. But keywords, you got some keywords in there. Simple keyword or keyword phrase or whatever it is that you're trying to dominate. Today, I like to usually stick with the long tail. And the reason that I do this, and we'll talk about this later, is because actually, you ever notice when you're searching for something, starts out small, gets really long? That's a long tail keyword, guys. Because you're really trying to get more specific on your search. You really want to dive in and get the real information that you need about that particular product, but not only the product, but what's in it? How does it work? That kind of stuff. I'm getting a little cold, so please forgive me. The other thing it's going to look for in here is links. And I'm not talking just about links coming inbound and outbound from your website. That stuff it really doesn't count as much anymore. What we're talking about, more or less, is social signals. And what I'm talking about here today that really counts, guys, is how people are engaging with your content. How are you engaging with them with your content? Are you sharing your content? Are you sharing that video on YouTube, on Google+, Twitter, or Facebook? Are you going out and putting this thing on your website, getting this video on there, and going out and creating that good piece of content with the video, with the multimedia on it? We'll talk about that in a second. And really sending it out there and getting it out there. You know, I'm not talking about going out and buying like, 100 freaking bookmarking links and social media links to, Pop Sugar and everybody else. What I'm talking about is just using Google+, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and just really sharing it with those, just a few here, guys. Maybe one social bookmarking site like Dig or Delicious as well. And Twitter, and just sharing it with 5 to 7 different places and going in there and saying, hey guys, thank you very much. I just threw this up. Thank you very much for going and checking it out if you can. Would really appreciate a retweet if you could, if you really like it. But don't if you don't. Just really getting out there and engaging with it. So many people go out and they just plug in their thing and they Google Plus it and they don't put no message up there. They don't put any sort of call to action in it. In the comment box, they just Google Plus it. And that's it. Be more engaging, guys, because social signals is the new backlink. That is just a fact. So whenever you start getting out here and you start learning about SEO and everybody's like, you gotta get links, you gotta get links. You gotta get real engagement from real people. This is the new backlinking structure, period. Okay? So that is just understood. Let's go over a little bit about multimedia. When I say this, everybody's like, oh gosh, here comes the software, here comes the craziness. No. I'm talking something as simple as putting in a good image and literally getting a good video. Getting a good video on that website. We'll talk about that later on when we come to, really, content creation and everything else. I'm going to start talking about these two things a whole bunch, and things like anchor texting, calls to action, stuff like that. But really, honestly, guys, Google's looking for something a little bit different. As a matter of fact, when I started out years ago, I started putting video and embedding video right off the bat inside my posts. Every time I created a piece of content, I created a video for it. And the thing is I shared that title with YouTube, and we'll go over that strategy later. But the thing is that forever and a day, I've been adding video and finding a good image. Maybe 1 or 2 images, maybe an image at the top, maybe an image in halfway down. But this video was always easily, readily available for people without having to scroll down too far, if at all. And the thing is that this really helped out with something that Google likes, time on site. Yeah, time on site. Time on site is pretty huge. Page speed load, time on site. We'll go through some of the technical stuff in just a few minutes. But time on site, page speed load, these things are really important to Google, especially time on site. And the thing is do you know that the average person online, all of us people who are on the internet, basically we all have some form of ADD. We're on a site for about 8 to 15 seconds. I mean, that's pretty much average. But here's the deal, guys. The average person on my websites, eBlogger Pro, the SEM Pro, davidboozer.com, is 5+ minutes. 5+ minutes, guys. That's pretty insane. 5+ minutes. Everybody I've ever taught, everybody I've ever trained has at least over 2 minutes, period. Over 2 minutes on site. And the thing is that helps them get ranked that fast because of why? Just a couple stupid little tiny things that the average person doesn't take advantage of. And that's why I created these videos, because I looked at other videos out there and they suck. I wanted people to understand how important it is to create good content, to create good information in the information age. I am nobody special. I've been doing this on a whiteboard for years now. But 40,000 subscribers later, huge contracts, working with hundreds of business owners, helping thousands of individuals build and brand and manage a business online without selling them crappy crap and having them build my list instead of building their own. This is how I did it. This is how I did it. Because another thing is, guys, quality content. Period. Quality content. If you don't have quality content here online, you're dead in the water. You might as well unrent this video, unwatch this video, do whatever you got to do and go somewhere else. Because if you're not here to create quality content, then you're not here to build, brand, and manage a successful business online. Period. And I will be animate about this. I will kick content creation into your head. I will kick creating solid information, fun information, good information into your head. Period. Some of the little technical things that Google sees on a page pretty simple to understand. They do look at keywords. They do. They look at keywords and keyword phrases. Okay? We'll just put phrases. The thing is here's some of the things I like to do. When it comes down to the title on a page, I will try to keep my main keyword phrase as far to the left. Okay? This be my left. Well, you know, this is your right, so we'll go left over here since you. Well, we're watching it like this, so let's go left right. I'll keep it as far as to the left as I possibly can. So if I'm going to create something that says simple blogging strategies for beginners, you know, 101 marketing secrets. And you guys can actually go Google that. You can go Google simple blogging strategies. And here's the deal, guys. The thing is that simple blogging strategies is going to be that first few words in that piece of content. Simple blogging strategies. Sometimes I'll put a pipe and then I'll finish it up with something short. You know, simple blogging strategies for beginners, how to blog for beginners, whatever it says on there. And the thing is, though, is that I kept everything, boom, right here, as far to the left as I could, that made sense. But here's the deal. It's got to make sense, guys. It's got to make sense. There's a lot of if, ands, and buts about SEO slugs and all that stuff for, you know, the URLs and everything. I've kept it pretty clean and pretty simple and just really made good titles that make sense. You know, what was there was a title out there, actually you can look it up, it's called Most Profitable Niche Online. Google it. Long-tailed, simple keyword phrase, not too long-tailed, it's like 3 or 4 words, boom. But after the pipe, it just says something as simple as like, bet you can't guess. You know, it was just an interesting little title. Google sees that. You know, make your titles with your keyword and your keyword phrases interesting. Make them interesting. But here's the deal. Do try to keep these things over to the left as much as possible. It just makes a lot of sense to me, okay? It just makes a lot of sense. And I get phone calls all the time, so please forgive me. Here's the deal. Keep them to the left, okay? Just keep them to the left in those titles. Here's another little strategy, too. A lot of people say, you know, well, some SEOs say that this all still counts. You've got to have it like every blah, 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 all these keywords, every here, 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 and all over here. Guys, here's the deal. In the first, let's just do this, first 25 words of a piece of content, you want to have exact match, phrase, or word. Okay, so write that down. Let me shut this door. Thank you, buddy. Isn't that cool? You're renting a video and the guy like really works at home. My kid's handing me phones. So here's the deal, guys. Exact match, phrase, or word within the first 25 words. Okay? Now, after that, what you want to do is maybe take 1 word or 2 words. So let's work with those words we had before. Simple blogging strategies. We could use the word blogging, or the phrase blogging strategies. You know, and let's say that we have a 800 word piece of content. I might want to use these 2 words together maybe 1 time or twice within this whole piece of content. I'm going to use the word blogging alone a few more times, okay? We're not getting too crazy here, maybe, you know, 3 or 4, and that's about it, maybe. Just in the middle section, okay? Just in the middle section. We'll get into latent semantic indexing in just a second. I know, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? But here's the deal, guys. I'm going to use that, my keyword phrase, and I'm going to kind of switch it up here and there and use those. I'll use the word strategies here. I'll use the word blogging here. I'll use the word blogging strategies or strategies for blogging. You know, whatever it is. But I'm not going to use them too many times, you know. Maybe just a few here and there. That's about it. Usually what people tell you, you know, SEOs and everything else, is about for every 100 to 150 words, you want to put those things in. I'm going to tell you this right now. Probably about every 3 paragraphs, you should have some sort of mix or mingle of your keywords in there. That's what I'm going to say. 100 to 150 words can be like 2 paragraphs. That's a little much. It starts getting a little too keyword dense. And you want to keep that density pretty simple because you can fill this thing up with good latent semantic indexing, and I'll talk about that in a moment. Last, 25 words. Once again, this is going to be exact match. You'll notice when you're going through simple blogging strategies on eBlogger Pro, you'll see that first paragraph, boom, there it is. Last paragraph, boom, there it is. Got it. Got it. And then if you look through there, all you guys have to do actually to find the different keyword phrases and stuff, and keywords, is here's a little trick. On your keypad, you will hit Control, and I believe it's F. Let me make sure. Yes, Control F. Control F is going to write up a little tiny bar at the bottom of your PC, and you can put the word or the phrase in there that's on that page that you're looking for, and it will highlight it, and you can see where I put them. Very, very simple. Good stuff right there, guys. Good stuff. See, guys, this is not as complicated as you might have thought before. I mean, this is pretty simple stuff. It's not complicated. You don't have to worry about all the craziness in here. All of the hype and the goofball and the it's all nuts. Create a good piece of content. Just create a good piece of content. Latent semantic indexing, LSI. What is this? Latent semantic indexing. Google it. It's really simple. If you want to break it down, just for the average Joe like me, I had to look it up, and I was like, oh crap, this is just similar words and similar phrases. Blogging. What are some of the similar words we can do with this? Content. That's right. Content. Blog. Post. Blog. Write. Written. Creating content. How about the word simple? That's right. The word easy. Easy, easy, easy. Peasy. Japanese, as they used to say. Anyways. This is it, guys. Latent semantic indexing. If I'm going to sit there and create a piece of content that's around, say, dog walking or whatever it is, you know, I might actually use some words like canine. I might use some words like puppy. I might use some words like bulldog or sheepdog or whatever it is. I'm going to talk about leashes. I'm going to talk about chain leashes. I'm going to talk about harnesses. I'm going to talk about these things that have to do with that particular subject. And the thing is I can use these more often than my actual keywords. Remember, guys, your actual keyword density should be anywhere between 1 and, you know, a lot of people say about 3%. I think that's a pretty simple little thing. But your main keywords, latent semantic indexing, however, use those where you can. If it makes total sense to the sentence structure, use it where you can. Use it where you can. Okay? That's all this is. That's all this is. As a matter of fact, that third little header tag down there sometimes that I use, I'll tell you what, it might not have anything to do with my title up there, but it'll have everything to do with latent semantic indexing. Creating content for Google, guys, has to be easy to scan. It has to be easy to scan, period. Do you know that 80% of the people out here do not read content? They're not reading content. They're not reading it. This is why you sit there and you see on my pages that my H1 tag title is right here. This is my title. You're going to see that sometimes I have an image right here. Here's an image. Catches you right off the bat. Couple, 2, 3 paragraphs. Then I'm going to have a simple little video. Okay? Underneath this video, you're going to find an H2 tag. This H2 tag right here, guys, is actually going to be usually after the little pipe on my title, whatever words I'm using over here, like beginning strategies for, strategies for beginning bloggers, or I'll just sit there and go, facts for beginners. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to write about 3 more paragraphs, even 4 short little paragraphs. Remember, guys, these paragraphs in here don't have to be more than 3 to 4 lines tops. And sometimes you'll see 5 from me, but it's very, very rare. The reason I do this is because it loads faster and it's easier to see on tablets and smartphones. So it's a lot better deal for you guys. Google actually, like I said, looks at page load speed, and that has everything to do with mobile, especially mobile, not just on a regular PC or laptop, but a tablet and a smartphone and everything else. So this is why you try to keep these things that short. But here's the deal, guys, and even in here, I might have maybe a little bullet point or maybe a little tiny number point section that people can sit there and look at. As you can see, you're starting to see that visually this is stimulating, and guess what? It's easier for people to parse through the content. Not Google, people. People. I want to see the bullet points. Give me the bullet points on some facts. I want to know the facts. But I don't want to have to sit there and read all of your content. I don't want to have to read it. I just don't. I'm one of the 80%, guys. The only time I read is when I really want to learn something. And if I can, if I possibly can, I'll watch a video instead. If I want to read a book, I'll go grab my Bible or go grab a good novel that I'm reading and sit down and read. I'll read on my Kindle Fire or whatever. But this stuff right here, I'm telling you what, guys, 80% are not going to read it. So you want to make it visually stimulating. You want it basically to be broken down to where people can actually look and learn what they want on that particular page or post. It's just the way it is, in that article, in that press release, whatever. Thing is, this is a fact, guys. You want this thing to be visually stimulating. Google likes that. You know, Google does have people, warehouses of people, that actually look at your website. They go through websites every single day. Thousands of them. Tens of thousands, probably. There's so many people out here. I'm not kidding. Some of the latest changes in Google over the last couple of years has been both what was called Panda and Penguin. These icy, I guess this one's an icy little creature, and this little jungle freak basically, guys, destroyed a lot of websites online, destroyed a lot of presences. You know, as a matter of fact, I was looking up this thing called Link Pipeline. One word, go ahead. I think I'm on the front page there doing a review on it. This guy is still trying to sell links. And I was like, and he was like, you can get back from Penguin. You can get back from Penguin. This is not true. And he has no proof behind it. And the thing is it doesn't work. Once you've been nailed by Penguin, it's time that you got to start all over. You're done. You're finished. That website, that domain name is shut. It is shut. You're gone. And you ain't coming back from it. So don't try. You know? Panda and Penguin. Panda came in, and what it did is it took away copy content. Basically what it is people spinning content and doing all that crap, all that craziness. It also started shutting down some bad link structure. Started shutting down bad link structure through commenting, really starting to look and get a gauge on social media links and things like that. It really started doing that, but really what it focused on was inbound and outbound links. All of a sudden later on, about a year later, same thing here. They didn't worry about the copied content because Panda algorithm takes care of that. But link structure took another big major factor. Also, most people don't know this, but domain names, exact match keyword domain names do not mean as much as they used to. This right here and this right here took a lot of people down. Also, on-page optimization became a big thing. On-page optimization. And what I'm talking about in on-page optimization is people trying to go out and hire somebody in the Philippines or Australia or somewhere crazy for $2 to write a crappy piece of content. And the thing is Google started seeing this stuff and they're like, this means nothing. The exact match domain name and the on-page content really are crap. And look at this, they started throwing links against it. That sucks. So what they did is they created this algorithm that nailed everything at once. That's pretty crazy. That's nuts. Basically, in a nutshell, guys, you can't rely on this and this, period. You're going to have to rely on this right here. You're going to have to rely on this. The one thing Google is forcing us all to do today is what? Just what we started out with. Quality content. Quality content, guys. That's what it's forcing us to do. It's forcing us to create information in the information age. This is the basis of SEO. It is no longer hiring some company for $1,500 a month to fire a bunch of links at your crap. It doesn't work that way anymore. It's about getting out there and either managing it yourself or hiring a staff or whatever it is, spending 1 hour a week creating some good content. There's another thing that Google likes. We can move on from this, guys, because all this did right here was just, it forced you to put forth effort, something we should have been doing in the first place, period. You know, I'll tell you this right now, we have to create content. This is how we get ranked today. We have to create content. The content has to be quality content. Also, it needs to engage. And it needs to engage for a good amount of time. You know, we're talking more than 15 seconds. We're talking about doing things that you know, I know this, and I'll tell you this right now. Here's the deal, guys. Engage. Engage with others. If you're starting to, and you're brand new to this, get in here, start creating the content. But while you're creating the content, guys, engage with your niche. Engage with the community within that niche. And let them engage with you. Learn things from them. And you never know, they start learning things from you. That's true engagement. That's true engagement. Create the quality content, engage with that content, engage with your community within that niche. You'll be just fine. Another thing is actually what we like to call, what is that, like, you know, basically just some ongoing content creation. You know, Google likes to see things happening on your website. Now, a lot of people will say you have to create this every single week or every single day or blah, 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 blah. Not really. Google doesn't really give us a real big sign of engagement, but I'll tell you this. I do know, and I learned from Matt Cutts, that by creating 1 or 2 pieces of content every week, just once a week or twice a week, just a piece of content, guys, this is what has kept me, you know, ranked high in the search engines, really getting out there with good content. Google, you know, I'm telling you, everybody talks about a sandbox where you're in a Google sandbox for 90 days. I haven't seen that anymore since Penguin Algorithm. What I have seen, though, is that if you create good content on that website right off the bat, and you start creating content, and Google sees that this is good, original, solid content, it's being engaged. Guys, there is no sandbox for you. Forget the sandbox mess. Create the content. Create the content. You know, these are just the 3 simple things that you have to do to literally get out there and start building and branding and managing your business online. This is SEO. Creating quality content, engaging that content, and other people engaging that content, and continually building upon that content on a regular basis. Not every day. You don't have to spend 18 hours in front of your computer every day. I spend an average of probably about 20 minutes each week socially. Well, you know, unless it's Facebook and I'm making fun of my cousins or something. Especially your second cousins. Those people drive me nuts, don't they? That's about all I spend on that. I probably spend on my 3 websites about anywhere between 4 and 5 hours a week. Now, I'm a little overboard on it, so, you know, you could spend 3 hours because it's 3 different blogs. 1 hour each one, creating a piece of content, a video, and everything else. And let's go through that strategy real quick now. People will sit there and go, well, Dave, how do you do this content? What do you put on this content when you're optimizing your content? This is what I see that Google likes today. Okay? Alright? We're going to have a really good title. Okay? Now, you can put an image here or anywhere you want. This is going to be my sidebar. This is an image. This is what I'm doing right now. Now, Google's not going to care where the image is, but they like images. And they want to see these images. The image can be this big, it can be small, it can be medium, blah, 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 blah. If you're going to make those little tiny ones, hug your content around it. Hug your content around it. It just looks cooler. And that's just from my own perspective. After that, I'm going to create about 2 or 3 paragraphs. Then I'm going to break this thing. So that when people look at it on my website, they'll see this right here when they first get to my website. If they go straight to this piece of content from the search engines, well, they're going to see it all, basically. But what's going to happen is, underneath that second or third paragraph, I'm going to put a video here. I'm going to embed a video. This will be my YouTube video. YouTube video. Okay? Then I'm going to usually slip in an H2 tag, little title. It's usually going to be from this last bit of googly, whatever it is. I'm going to actually put that on there. Then I'm going to create about 2 or 3 more paragraphs. And if I want to, or if I have like 4 or 5 paragraphs because this title right here requires that much, I might not put an H3. Sometimes I will though. I might put a simple little H3 that says conclusion, whatever, or don't forget this, remember this. What I'm going to do right here is just really wrap up the whole content. Wrap it up with giving somebody something, people something to do or to focus on. I'm also going to throw a link in here. There's usually on average, you'll see that if I'm promoting something on there, an affiliate product of some kind, I am going to have a link down around that last 2 paragraphs. So, within these 2 paragraphs, you're going to see that there's usually a link in there to where people can go, oh, well, I don't have to scroll back up just to do anything. I can just click right here and access that product or information or whatever it is. Pretty simple, guys. And in here, I'll have some bullet points from time to time, some number points from time to time. You'll notice that as well. So as we did earlier, and I showed you how I created a piece of content, but here's the deal. I want to tell you why I put an image in a video here with some content right there. This is true search engine marketing. I know, sounds cocky, but I'm not. Looking at Google. Here is your PPC. Here is all the other goofy stuff that they have. Here is the search box. Here are the results. Result, result, result. Here's the deal. Simple blogging strategies. When you're looking at it, it should be up here around number 1, number 2, and number 3 position. Here's the deal, guys. That little tiny thing that hovers there, yeah. Just hover over it real quick. All of a sudden, all of this is going to disappear, and you're going to see all of a sudden my page. You're going to see a nice little image. You're going to see a little bit on the sidebar. You're going to see some content. All of a sudden, you're going to see a big, fat video. This is exciting for the 80% who hate reading. This is why I put that there. That's why I put that under the second or third paragraph every single time. Because this needs to be seen. Because 80% of the people are not going to read. That is SEO. That is real SEO. That is search engine marketing. Period. Besides, if you saw all these down here, and all they had was words, 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 or banner, 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 and you saw mine that had image, words, video, which one are you most likely to click on? Ask yourself the honest question, and then give yourself the honest answer. Which one? That's right. Google would rather click on this one, so they put me here. Because down here, they know that people are not going to be engaged as long. And you know what? It proves to them because they'll see time on site. Dave has over 5 minutes of time on site on average. I've built up an authority for myself with Google. It may be, a page rank of 1 or 2, but even having a page rank at all is freaking awesome. It's awesome. And guess what? I don't have tons of links coming in. I've got some comments here and there. I've got some social engagement. I don't have 5,000 or 20 million on one. Just here and there. People that are really engaging. That's all that matters. And people that are staying on my site for a while. That's it. That is search engine marketing, guys. Forget the other mess. Forget all the craziness and the hype and the goofiness. Quit buying the little shortcuts and the little secrets out there that some guru says he has. That guru is a moron. It's true. It's true. Over half the people that I see here online, half are beginners. Half have basically spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars going down one path after another path, building everybody else's list up but themselves. Making money for everybody else but themselves. Building up brand trust for everybody but themselves. Quit doing that. Start building your own brand trust. Start building up the reason why people should buy your affiliate product. Why should they buy it from you? And what is so awesome about it? Why should they come through your doors whenever 6 blocks away is another store or another business owner that has similar products and services? Why should they come to yours? Why? Is there a really cool coupon on there and a good newsletter that teaches people, informs people? Why? That's the biggest question. Whenever I start creating a piece of content, my biggest question is, why would anybody be interested in this? And how can I make it interesting enough? What can I teach somebody, show somebody? Google, Bing, and Yahoo, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, not buying your crap. People are. So who should we market to? That's right, people. We create our content for people first, search engine second. The thing is, everybody's all, well, what's the second stuff, Dave? For the search engines. Quit asking, because I'll tell you this right now. If you create content for people, you pull off the second part. How's that? Pretty simple. You don't need all the craziness, guys. I've got phone calls, I've got kids popping in time to time. Keep it simple. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be crazy. This stuff doesn't have to cost thousands of dollars to learn and cost thousands of dollars to apply. Create good content. As a matter of fact, what we're going to do on the next videos is we're going to be going over good content creation. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to teach you how to sit there and work with your WordPress blog and website. How is a blog a website? How is a website a blog? We're going to go over how to put good content together. We're going to talk about anchor text links and everything. We're going to talk about good on-page optimization, what Google's looking for, and what, most importantly, people are looking for. I want to say thank you guys so very much for being on this video. Seriously, thank you so very much for taking the time. You know, let's go over just a few things real quick. I want to make sure that we wrap this up in a simple way. Should there be keyword density to your piece of content? Yes, there should. And I think anywhere between 1 and 3% is always a good practice. An interesting or fun title should always be there. I don't care if it's on a video or a post or press release, but a title that hits. Keeping your keywords as far to the left as you can. I think that's just a weird little tiny tip that I have, but it seems to work. Making sure that you have enough content. Make sure. I like to stick around 600 plus words on average. And don't tell me you can't write 600 plus words, because that actually, and I'm not a good typer. Matter of fact, I hope you don't read any of my content. I'm not even a great writer. But it gets ranked. But you'll see on average that 600 words takes me, maybe 20 minutes to crank out. 1,000 piece takes me about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Make sure you got good video and some images, things that really counts. Make sure that you can sit there and people can easily scan your content and break down the information that they want. The information they want to look at. Make sure that you got some of that good LSI going on. Mix up them words, guys. If you're talking about windows and window repair, talk about glass, talk about windshields, talk about bay windows, talk about, wow, what is glass made of? Sand! Talk about these things, guys. Use these things. These are pretty simple here. Pretty simple. Make sure, no matter what, that in the end all be all of the day, that you are creating quality for the end user. This is the biggie. That is SEO. Quality. Period. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to go out and buy some $18 bajillion piece of software to make a video look cool, to make your website nice, to make all of this stuff run really cool. Most of this stuff is already built into a WordPress or a Blogger. It's simple as using YouTube correctly. Learning how to really get that thing going on that website. Get that video on there and really give that video a chance to go viral. Or maybe just give that video a chance to get ranked well. You'll find out, guys, because I do all of this stuff and I worry about what you think and how you are going to use my information or look at my information. I end up with 2 links on Google sometimes. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what, it's about 70% of the time. I end up on page 1 twice. And if people want to look at YouTube, I'm usually in the top 3 little squares right there. Yeah, my little thumbnail image. Usually there's a video link and my link to my blog. Why? Because of simple content marketing strategies. Something we're going to be talking about next. Anyways, thank you guys very much for getting in here and understanding search engines. I'll tell you this right now. If you want to understand a search engine and how they work, just think about the end user. Google's job is to give the best and most relevant and most popular answer it can find to the question that is being asked. And where does popularity come from? That's right, engagement with others. Where does relevance come from? Good title, good content, period. Anyways, thank you guys very much, no matter what. Seriously, God bless.